Can this be accomplished? I know you're all
As a man, I'm flesh and blood. I can be ignored, I can be destroyed, but as a symbol, as a symbol, I can be incorruptible.
He gave us a signal.
Where are you?
Something elemental, something terrifying.
Should probably add myself. That'll help. That'll do things. Oh, Selena, what's going on? Let's see. Did I send Iron his link? We're starting off. I'm in Twitter jail, so that's been fun. But we have a show today. Definitely of that, I'm sure. Iron will be here any second. Or I'm sorry, Iron said he wouldn't be here, but I'm gonna send him the link anyway. Emerald will be here. He's just booting his stuff up. But today we're talking about the Ventriloquist. Primarily Arnold Wesker. We'll get into the other iterations, but this will probably be a quick one. If it's too quick, we'll jump into other characters. Some low-hanging fruit as far as the Bronze Age goes. Maybe we got into the calculator last week, which Nocturnal, Crazy Quilt, maybe KGBs. Some of these guys that really can't hold an entire episode, and apparently it looks like the Ventriloquist can't hold up an entire episode. No, let's Boosh McFadden's here. Sparkles, first one in. Look at that. Oh, my good friend, Stream Queen, Selena. You know, Ryu, always good to see you. This is this is Boosh's symbol. Oh, you know me, just on my one-man war against Islam. Sometimes yeah, I don't have a cold today, so I can actually speak. But yeah, that's what she's like, is it in yet? And Bush is like, I'm finished. So I guess we'll go. Oh yeah, like I said, I'm in Twitter jail, so if you guys can like the stream, share it out, maybe post it to Twitter, say dumbass is live, go support them, that would be great. Ryu, how did I miss you? One of my loyal mods. And yeah, so I guess we can jump right into it because well, frankly, there's not a lot to get into here. He's kind of a one-trick pony of a character. I'm surprised when he made his debut into the comics, but let's see. Let's do this. Oh, who we got? Built for speed like the Flash. That just says something like, "Who are you? Get out of my house." And you're like, "Doesn't matter, had sex." Yeah, you know, a lot of people are interested in well, you gonna learn today. You gonna learn. Basically, let's share the screen. The Ventriloquist is nothing more than what his name is. He's a crazy guy. Yeah, just little old me. Don't worry, I have friends coming in. Ooh. Okay, a lot of people don't know that Boosh is like an amazing cook. Like sometimes he'll just send me pictures of stuff that he makes, and I could have just eaten, and you're like, wow, I want to eat that. You know, he cooks stuff that I could eat on a full stomach. Oh, he's saying I'm entertaining. I got no problem. I got no problems. And also, Sparkles, I hope you had a wonderful birthday. I was gonna wish you a happy birthday, but like I said, I am in Twitter jail. And Von Coleman is texting me. He is at SteelCon right now, trying to sell issues of Phenomenova, and I'm hoping he does well. He was saying, "Damn, that's a good one. Loved him and BTAS, but I don't know if I ever read any comics with him." And I'm going to say he's more short-lived than you would think. And he is, because he so the character was created in 1988, and you know, Batman the Animated Series comes out in what, 92, and it gave the impression that this is a much more prominent character because it worked really well in the cartoon, but it doesn't translate as well into the comic, and he's hard to work with because he's just a guy holding a puppet. And on that note, let's share the screen here. So the ventriloquist is the character, like I said, as you can see. Oh, they don't even have his picture. Let's get a picture. Then Quist DC images, image search. Yeah, that's a good one. Share this instead. He's just a dude with a puppet. And the thing that a lot of people, don't know is the big question is, like, is the puppet sentient? And the ventriloquist, the puppet's name is Scarface, is ventriloquist being actually bossed around by a sentient puppet? Or is he just crazy? Well, he's crazy, but they kind of leave it vague. But well, yeah, he's crazy because left to his own devices, he'll carve a new puppet. It's basically he has an alternate personality that presents itself externally, is the best diagnosis I could give. There's the picture I use for a thumbnail. But yeah, no, he's and I do like that the puppet is usually has a functioning functioning Tommy gun. So that is something. And just checking. All right, cool. So let's get into the character here. The ventriloquist is the name of multiple supervillains. It's multiple, but let's face it, it's Arnold Wesker is his name. Everything else is well, they do what they like to do, is they kill off the main character and then replace him with a chick. I don't know why they like doing that. They just tend to do it. And they tend to do it with characters like this, where it was, thank you, Sparkles. Thank you so much. And so he's the name of multiple supervillains in the American comic books and other medias published by DC Comics. All of the ventriloquist versions are enemies of Batman, belonging to a the collective of adversaries that is make up Batman's rogues gallery. Um, the character has been featured in various media adaptations, which we will get into, feature films, television series, video games, and well, I mean, and Andrew Sellon portrays a new version of the character in the television series Gotham. That's a television series. That's poorly worded, but it's Wikipedia. So what are we gonna do? There are currently 3 incarnations of the Ventriloquist. And the first original incarnation is Arnold Wesker. Like I said, that's the version that we're primarily going to cover because I don't really give a shit about Peyton Riley or Shauna Belzer. Especially knowing that Shauna Belzer is created by Gail Simone. Yeah, this mutant right here. Which sucks because she's very woke and she knows her comics. She actually walks the walk, but she's just got that female mind virus. Ever a good one. Thanks for jumping in. Yeah, if you could, like I said, if you could share the stream around, I am still in Twitter jail. But wait, who lost his mind due to an STD because he was scared of needles? Maybe. Yeah, so he was created by John Wagner, Alan Grant, not the dude from Jurassic Park, the comic book guy, and Norm Brayfogle. And always love when comic book artists do their self-portraits as a for their Wikipedia page. A lot of the good ones do. Like I said, the second one, Paul Dini, which is no surprise, even though he's made some wonderful contributions to Batman. He's also he hopped on that woke train early and decided to really fuck a lot of things up, especially in the New 52, which we all know how I feel about the New 52 on this channel. Well, what did you say before that? Oh, the dummy is basically that one mobster. Yeah, yeah. He's Al Capone. You got it. You got it. You got it. You nailed it. You got it. Yeah, no, the Al Capone was called Scarface, and he's very much in the veil of that. He's got the zoot suit on. He's got the Tommy gun. In most iterations, where it's cartoons or live action, Scarface was like, man, see, like that's very you got it. Yeah, see, you got it. She knows. But like I said, Paul Dini, God bless him. He was the one who gave Mr. Freeze's awesome backstory. He did a lot of the writing on Batman the animated series, and then somewhere in the mid 2000s he lost his fucking mind, and I don't know if he's married. Let's check it. He's probably married. Wow, 68. Spouse, yeah, Misty Lee. Okay, that makes sense. Misty Lee, about 2005. Oh no, she's from Mount Clemens. It's like a hop, skip, and a jump away. Spent most of her childhood in Detroit. She went to East Detroit High School. But I almost went to East Detroit High School. Also, there we go. I gotta get my mouse working. There he is.
Let me know if I sound okay.
Sound a little murky.
Murky?
Yeah, kind of like you're under the water.
Like I'm underwater. Weird.
You know. Let's see. What is her? We're trying to figure out when I said Paul Dini lost his mind, like he did some wonderful writing. Oh, static crackles from Sammy. Is this shit?
Okay, how do I sound now?
Fucking gorgeous.
Oh, I know what my issue is.
You know what? Oh, I know why I'm getting static crackles. I had to reset my entire Brave browser, so none of the settings are saved. Let's get that down. How's that? Are we still getting the crackles? No crackles? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. How do I sound now? I should have been proved.
Just as good as ever.
Yeah. I had some major problems this week with my desktop and the motherboard where it would constantly drop audio. I mean, my video completely. The computer's still running, but I couldn't see anything. And it happened during Nerds Covering the News. And so now everything's back up and running, but I've lost all my settings for my system and everything. So I'm having to redo everything right now.
Yeah, for some reason on Brave, my security settings went like completely awry, and I had to re-allow everything, and it was just easier just to reset my browser. But I've had to allow different community. Oh my God, Rick Costa, he's here. He's here, guys.
We can all relax.
I was getting ready. So we were wondering why Paul. We were talking about, down the ADD rabbit hole. I said that writer Paul Dini made some wonderful contributions, and then somewhere in the mid-2000s he lost his mind. Turned out he married an actress, Misty Lee, but she's from Mount Clemens, Michigan, and she grew up in Detroit. She graduated from East Detroit High School, which is the high school I would have went to if I didn't go to a private high school. Yeah, that's right. De La Salle Collegiate, Warren, Michigan. Before her calling as a magician, she trained in dentistry at the age of 16. What is she famous for, though? Oh, okay. Detroit-based musician, Scorpio, illusionist, Jonathan Pendragon. Okay, so she's more of a voice actress, I guess. So God of War Ragnarok, Grand Theft Auto 5, BioShock Infinite, The Last of Us.
A lot of big known AAA studio games.
Yeah, Aunt May Parker in Ultimate Spider-Man, which a lot of people didn't like, but I kind of liked. She studied sketch and improv at Second City. Yeah, she's married to comic book artist Bo. So I'm guessing at some point in time, she's on the Garfield show, Ultimate Spy, Trip Tank, which was kind of a weird one. So she's in on all
Red
this.
Sonja.
Yeah, Red Sonja, but it's the new iteration, I believe. Yeah, Queen of Plagues. Yeah, exactly. Comedian and activist. Bastard. Okay. So she's definitely got it in on the video games, though. It's actually pretty impressive. But that's not why we're here. And actually, Paul Dini is just kind of a side note on this, because the ventriloquist was not invented by Paul Dini, which Paul Dini doesn't really invent. He's really good at reinventing. Regularly.
I was gonna say what? The king of reimagining.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it just stopped, and then he used his powers for woke, which is a real shame. You know, because he was really good at doing, you know, like I said, he gave Mr. Freeze's backstory. You know, he made Man Bat a better character.
Right.
But like I said, and this will probably be a quick one. We'll get into Arnold Wesker, and then we'll gloss over the rest because it's you know, New 52 garbage and stuff like that. But you know, we are back on our regular schedule, so let's start out with our national anthem. Yep.
I'm glad I found that too. I have that available to use.
It's never a bad time. So Arnold Wesker is a meek, quiet man named Arnold Wesker, the first ventriloquist. Plans to execute his crimes through a dummy named Scarface, with the dress and persona of a 1920s gangster, complete with a pinstripe suit and a cigar and a Tommy gun. His name comes from the nickname of Al Capone. Wow. It's almost like we had this conversation before. Almost like I know what I'm talking about. After whom Scarface was modeled. Born into a powerful organized crime family, that part I didn't know. Wesker develops a dissociative identity disorder after seeing his mother assassinated by thugs from a rival family. Growing up, his only outlet is ventriloquism, which I'm sure.
Oh, did you catch that though? The initials of the dissociative identity disorder did.
Yes.
He suffered from did.
Nice. And I said growing up, his only outlet was ventriloquism, which I am sure helped his social skills immensely. Because nothing gets the party started like when someone opens up a box and pulls out a dummy. Everyone's like, fuck yes, now it's a party.
We know we are going to have some fun now.
Yeah.
We love the ventriloquist community. They are a rowdy bunch.
No, good one. I hope he means to dance, but I know he does not. So showcase. So that's another thing too that's really interesting about this. So the first appearance is in 1988. So he's a very short-lived character by the time we get to the animated series. You know, the character's only been around for like 5 years. I believe the animated series came out in 92, got started in 91. So, I mean, this character's only like 3-4 years old. And you'll see he's kind of short-lived. Like, you know, he's kind of prominent. He kind of starts out like Black Mask does. Which we still got to get to Black Mask. I'm looking forward to doing that. But he and then he kind of just falls by the wayside, and maybe it's just because of the silliness of the character. But you know, they said he comes from a powerful why am I? Yeah, he organized crime family. I'm guessing, you know, a mob family, which I don't know because his last name's like Wesker, so maybe like Irish mob, something like that. But he's obviously modeled after Scarface is modeled after, like, you know, a mafia figure. But I think it's more interesting to just what they do in the show is who's actually doing the talking. Is the puppet actually sentient? Because there's times where he drops the puppet and you're like, oh shit, the puppet's gonna start shooting, and then it just kind of sits there inanimmately, and you don't realize if and the puppet will start talking, and you don't realize, is that because Wesker can throw his voice, or is the puppet actually sentient? Like, and that kind of goes better into the madness of Batman, in just kind of the world that he dives in. Just besides saying, no, this guy's just got, did, and he can't help himself. It's almost more interesting to think that like this 1920s gangster is like haunting Wesker, and he's trying to make his way out, because when left to his own devices, he'll start like in his prison cell, he starts getting into like wood carving, and he'll make like a makeshift puppet. Well, is that because he's obsessed, or is it he's haunted and this character needs to find a way to manifest? There's a lot of great questions about this character. And then somewhere along the line, they just decided to go the boring route and be like, nah, he's crazy. The best way to portray mental illness is to kind of go like, well, are they?
Leave it up.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Bush. Ventriloquism doesn't work in text.
But leave it up to the viewer. Leave it up to the person's actually watching it, the reading it. Is he really kind of, or is this kind of a magical type aspect of it, of some kind of power that, is the dummy actually sentient? To a point, almost like he's mentally controlling it, in that sense that he doesn't necessarily need to be actually in contact with it.
Yeah, that's the crux, right? And that you should never really know. It's kind of the same reason why you don't give the Joker a backstory. Is you keep it vague. These are the questions that are debated at lunch tables and Comic-Cons all throughout nerddom. It's not when you put a definite answer on something. That's why origin stories and origin movies always kind of suck when you have a villain. Like, no one cared about Hannibal Rising because Hannibal's not scary until he puts the mask on and starts eating people. You don't need to know why he starts eating people. It was like, oh, let me guess, he was traumatized. It would be more interesting if he wasn't, and he had like a really good upbringing, and then all of a sudden
snapped.
Yeah, that's more scary to me, because like everybody's had a bad day, and everyone kind of questions like, is today the day? Is today going to be my supervillain origin story? As this dude cut me off in traffic, and that's the day where I just went banoonies. That's what I want to see. But let's see. Showcase 94, issues 8 through 9 establishes an alternate origin story. After a ballroom brawl, which he kills someone during a violent release of his repressed anger, Wesker is sent to Blackgate Penitentiary. We got it. Okay. Also, good one. How we doing on the crackling, brother? He is introduced to Woody, a dummy carved from the remains of former Blackgate Gallows cellmate Donegan, who convinces him to escape and kill Donegan in a fight, which scars the dummy, thus resulting in the birth of Scarface. See, I do kind of like that better. Where
actually, we've had a request for an origin story.
Oh my God. The father of the show, the Batman of all countries, El Gaucho.
For what's right. For love.
My balls are a cry for justice. My dick veins are a cry of passion. I am El Gaucho.
Being that it is still early in the morning for me, I'm suddenly craving breakfast burritos.
I cannot imagine why. It was just like I do love that my El Gaucho is basically Ricardo Montalban.
Yes, but at least El Gaucho at least makes a little bit more sense with your accent, not necessarily going Montalban on that one, unlike Montalban, who's supposed to be playing a Sikh.
Yeah, well, okay.
From India.
Like, I was thinking more, welcome to Fantasy Island. What is it? From the depths of hell, I stab at thee. It was like, wow, he totally sounds like a Sikh.
From hell's heart,
yeah,
I stab at thee.
God, I love that movie. And I primarily love that movie just because of him. He's so good. By the way, I know comic book nerds order. Me and Emerald here, we're talking about Wrath of Khan. That's a Star Trek movie.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is comic book. Oh, Junior. Like I said, guys, please share out, tweet out the show. I am in Twitter jail. I cannot advertise for myself. I won't be out till Tuesday. It's been 54 days since my last Twitter jailing.
Hey, you went 54 days. That in itself is award worthy. Pat on the back. You behaved yourself for 54 days.
I could take that much stupid, and then eventually, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not getting into it. Let's see. So Wesker lets the Scarface alter ego do the dirty work, including robbery, murder, and is totally dominated by Scarface, who commands and abuses him. In the 1995 Riddler story, Riddler, the Riddle Factory. Some of these names.
See, I thought I was bad at naming things. Apparently not.
Ah, man. Sebrew. Why are you getting
See, that's why I keep my password at 26 characters. It's a pain to have to constantly enter it, but you want to know what? It makes it at least a little bit more secure until, well, someone breaks in and breaks that stuff out through hacking.
Yeah, you want to steal my identity? Good luck with it. Let's see. Let's see. In Riddler, the Riddle Factory, it is revealed that the gangster named Scarface Scarelli had once been active in Gotham City, though he had apparently died long before Batman's era. A supernatural aspect to Scarface, there we go, was hinted at Wesker's alternate origin story in Showcase 94/ issues 8 through 9, when Wesker's cellmate creates the first Scarface dummy from pieces of wood that remains from the prison gallows. In Batman Scarface, a psychodrama. That's a name too, although I like that one. It reinforces this and shows the dummy is indirectly responsible for 2 accidents while separated from Wesker and at least 1 fatality. The dummy has also retained his speech impediment while operated by a young boy that seemed to even show the awareness of his name during this period. So, see, I like that more, that it's a haunted puppet rather than
right.
And a little bit of both.
Oh, it is kind of playing under almost like a Chucky aspect.
I like that he used the yeah. No, it's like a Chucky thing, but it's also like a Raising Cane thing. Like it could be both. It could be a haunted puppet.
Yeah.
Got you know got its grips into someone who does suffer from dissociative identity disorder. So that's why the mystery is so hard to crack. It's everything that you thought. And then somewhere along the line, someone was just like, no, we got to streamline this. And it was like, no, that's the lore. That's the part that people like. The Ventriloquist is one of many villains in Batman's rogue gallery to be confined into Arkham Asylum. When Batman apprehends him in Nightfall. Look at that. Look at that. Also, still in talks with Chuck Dixon. Don't know when he's coming on, but he has confirmed. And we'll have a lot of questions about Nightfall. That one's gonna be a special show. It's weird though. So I'm talking to the guy. I'm now, I'm friends with him on Twitter. We talk on Twitter, and then initially, like, he gave me an email. We'll talk by email, and then like now we're friends on Facebook because like he's an older gent. And he prefers Facebook Messenger. So, like, I got this guy. I'm talking to him on 3 different platforms. And
he's not downplaying Boomer-esque.
No,
with that one.
He's super nice and like,
yeah.
Like, so the other day, when we found out about Man Bat. I was going like, and hey, he was like, oh, I did some writing for that. And I was like, yeah, it would have been nice if you came on and talked about it. He's like, well, let me know next time. I was like, dude, you just let me know.
When you're free.
Yeah, you're the guy who I want on the show. I'm not going to, I'll even do like a midday reschedule if you want to start later. I was like, I don't give a shit. Like, I just want you on the show. But he really loves talking comics, which go figure. Yeah, he's I'd say he's in his 70s. So during Nightfall, Arkham is destroyed by Bane, and the Ventriloquist along the inmates who escape. Unable to find Scarface. Yes, I remember this. The Ventriloquist briefly uses a sock puppet named Sacco in his place, which always kind of reminded me. I don't know how much the chat is familiar with the lore of South Park, but Mr. Garrison had a puppet called Mr. Hat.
Mr. Hat.
And then he got in a fight with Mr. Hat, and then he brought along Mr. Twig. And
yep.
And that's very much what that felt like. So after an
but the thing is with the no lore wise, when it comes to that, bringing that up, he says he had an argument with Mr. Hat, but I'm fairly certain the switch from Mr. Hat to Mr. Twig happened in between the break of the season, the movie where Satan takes Mr. Hat. And then Garrison comes back with Mr. Twig.
I think you're spot on. And then also, Mr. Hat somehow returns.
Yeah.
And Mr. Twig apparently has like a Spanish accent, and there's like, do you love him? Then go to him.
Channeling El Gaucho.
South Park used to be good, guys.
It used to be.
So after an ill-fated team up with Amygdala, who is a very interesting character that I would like to get into. So he's basically a giant toddler with an overgrown pituitary gland. He
Wait. Could you click on it real quick and let's look? It says reduced mental capacity, and so Batman's now just beating up the mentally handicapped.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, this mentally handicapped person
I know.
lift the car.
I know.
I think he started out normal. I can't remember if it was just experiments or Or amygdala refers to the bundle of nerve cells in the brain that controls emotional
Emotional.
associations. Yeah, okay. So, oh wow, he came out in '92. So when Nightfall, okay, so he was introduced. When was he introduced? He first appeared in
Shadow of the Bat.
3. Oh man, and I used to love these Shadow of the Bat covers. The art was never as good in the issue as the covers were, but they always had art by like Carrie Kelly and let's see if we can click on Shadow of the Bat. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight. Ugh, the Cataclysm. I don't want to get into that yet. But yeah, Shadow of the Bat always had these amazing covers, and any let's see, Carrie Kelly. Oh, I'm sorry, Kelly Jones, not Carrie Kelly. Carrie Kelly is an iteration of Robin. Kelly Jones, Shadow of the Bat covers, and then I just realized that I'm still in Brave. We're gonna cut that, open Google, then paste because Brave's image search is terrible.
That's why I have both Chrome and Brave.
Yep.
Can't fully get away from Chrome, but yeah.
Oh well, it doesn't help.
Hey, but I got rid of Windows. I have absolutely no Microsoft in any of my systems, so I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, Kelly Jones was the one who always gave Batman like the very long ears.
Yeah.
And gave him more like a demonic presence where like if this was standing in the shadows in an alleyway, you'd be like, I'm not fucking going back. It was like you realized that that he gave you a reason to, oh yeah, this is a great one. Like, you know, it's almost demonic. And then the very early iteration of Victor Zsasz there, because he still has hair, but you can see the scarring on him. But, you know, it was like, if you saw that and you just got done, like, picking someone's pocket or robbing someone, and then they grabbed you and, like, pulled you into, you're like, I will never steal again. Which is kind of the point of like groundwork Batman. He's supposed to just scare the shit out of local criminals. But I digress. So what are we still? Okay, we're back. But Amygdala is, yes, he's not as bad as Big Sir, who I'm working on a meme for because
are you?
Definitely, oh, for sure.
Good.
Is it going to be another rap song? Probably not, because I couldn't spend the whole time rapping like this.
Then it should be boy band.
Ooh.
I never want to hear you say, but I yeah, no, I think boy band for Big Sir.
Let's face it, it's country.
Oh.
I got friends in low places. So yeah, so in a Gotham story, yada yada yada, Amygdala, who procures a number of other hand puppets to fill for Scarface, including one of a police officer, as he refers to as Chief O'Hara, which Chief O'Hara is a character that is basically from Batman 66. Sometimes he makes an appearance. I know his name is Chief Clancy O'Hara because that's just how my brain works. And if I would have gone to law school, I probably would have been a wonderful lawyer. or doctor, but instead I know about Batman comic books and just DC comics in general. But so later Wesker finds Scarface and Sacco. When Wesker finds that Scarface and Sacco are at odds until a standoff occurs, and the dummy and the puppet both shoot each other, leaving Wesker unconscious and injured. I'm assuming he just shot himself in both of his hands. In Batman Cataclysm, Gotham City is devastated by an earthquake. Stress caused by the earthquake apparently triggers the release of another personality within Wesker called the Quake Master, who claims to have caused the earthquake himself over a video and threatens to unleash another if not paid $100 million. Robin deduces Quake Master's identity due to him taking a great effort to avoid saying the words containing the letter B.
Hey, hear Rick out on Big Sur.
Oh, absolutely.
Hi.
Dude, I can't wait till like we get through CaveCast and then we start Kryptoncast, because I can't wait to get into Bizarro, because that's one of the like the weirdest comic book, because in some iterations he's from another planet, he's from Bizarro World, and other iterations he's just like a boring clone of Superman. Well, die. Nah, that doesn't really work for Bizarro, but because when Bizarro talks, it's opposite day. So if he calls you a friend, you should run. But if he says you're his biggest enemy, he'll give you a big ol' hug, because he's retarded Superman. Which I'm assuming the reason that Quake Master doesn't want to say the letter B is because Batman has just beat the shit out of him so many times. He's just not going to do that, and he's a crazy person. But in Detective Comics 1818, the Tally Man, who's also a character that kind of comes more into prominence in No Man's Land, if I'm correct. Yeah, he's a Jamaican character. For the Jamaican work song Deo.
Yeah. That's exactly where my mind, when you say Tally Man, the thing popped in my head was Beetlejuice.
Wow, the Tally Man has been around since 1993. Interesting. So maybe we'll get to him, because he's kind of like one of those background guys. But yeah, see, oh wow, this is all they got, and there's two Tally Mans, so each one of them gets a paragraph. Daylight come and me won't go home. Okay, so the Tally Man kills Arnold Wesker and destroys Scarface. Wesker is temporarily resurrected as a Black Lantern in Blackest Night, which I just got the 10-year anniversary omnibus. Hey, Dad. How are you? Thanks for dropping in. Hey, do me a favor, Pops. Like and, post out the show, because I'm in Twitter jail again and I can't advertise for myself. So if you just want to, tweet this out, that'd be great. That'd be good. That's my online dad, or at least cool Uncle Roman, also my boss who fires me every week.
I was gonna say, is this just child support for you then?
Yeah.
Internet child support. Dad, can you tweet out my stuff?
Yeah. And but anyway, the Blackest Night, I think it's over like 1,700 pages. It's like this fucking big. It's uncomfortable to read. The only way that I can read it is like in my bed, elbows down. And that way, because like if you're sitting on your lap or like trying to hold it, like your hands get tired. There's no good way to hold this book. Or I guess like at my kitchen table, and I can kind of go that way. But like, who wants to do that? Nobody. Okay, so shocker, because so I just said Paul Dini lost his mind. Peyton Riley. This is the new one. And wouldn't you know it, it's in 2007. 2 years after he married the actress, and like, which don't get me wrong, I saw what Paul Dini looks like. I saw what his wife looks like. Good on you, bro, but like, don't sacrifice your morals. But Dad, they're bad for you. So the new female ventriloquist called Sugar by Scarface debuts in the pages of Detective Comics. Sugar is more compatible partner than Wesker, which at least Dini got it right. It's still the Scarface puppet.
Mm-hmm.
What we'll see moving forward is it's a shit show, and it's a shit show because it's Gail Simone. But let's see, it's been a little bit, and every time I think of Gail Simone, I go,
Bob, gun.
refreshing. These new Gatorade matchups are the shit, man. But since Scarface no longer substitute, that's why. That's why. That's how Tim Drake was able to deduce it, because of the B. It wasn't because of wait. Okay. Yeah, good. They had Tim Drake. Tim Drake's Batman was able to deduce the identity, taking him great effort to avoid saying the letters B. He would substitute B and G because he's the ventriloquist. You know what I mean? So it would be like the dummy is talking.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how he was able to do it. So since Scarface no longer substitute B with G, and she is far more willing to commit crime, Riley owns multiple Scarface dummies and uses them as explosives. In Detective Comics 843, April 2008, we're really starting to get into like the shitstorm of comics. It hasn't hit, but like it's revving up, right? The storm hasn't touched down, but the clouds are swirling. That's 2008. Scarface kidnaps a rival gangster, Johnny Sabatino, and takes Bruce Wayne hostage. While alone, Sugar breaks away from Scarface and talks to Bruce in what appears to be her real personality. She reveals that she was engaged to Wayne's friend Matthew Atkins years prior. Her real name is revealed to be Peyton Riley. She expresses remorse for her crimes before Scarface persona reappears and interrupts their conversation. In the following issue, Riley reveals that her father, an Irish mafia boss named Sean Riley, forced her to marry Sabatino to form an alliance between Gotham's Irish and Italian gangs. Riley and Sabatino are taken to see Arnold Wesker, who is impressed by Riley's intelligence and gives Sabatino a second chance, taking 30% of the profits. So Arnold Wesker isn't dead at this point. So I'm pretty sure he comes back. I'm pretty sure they so he's permanently resurrected, in the 52 reboot. So
Mm-hmm.
he's just around. He just kind of like passes the mantle here. With Paul Dini, as much as I dislike him doing this, at the time they weren't constantly doing this, so it wasn't as big of a red flag as it would be now. You know what I mean? This is still pre New 52, bleeding into the New 52. So in Detective Comics, November 2008, Riley and Hush bond over their mutual resentment of their families and vow that they will escape together. When Hush comes into his fortune, although Hush is Tommy Elliott, Bruce Wayne's childhood friend. Say bombastic, else you're him. Oh, yeah, I get it.
Well, are you going to say it? You better say it.
Gomgastic. So Hush's ailing mother does not approve of the relationship. And when Hush refuses to stop seeing Riley, she writes him out of her will. Riley subsequently runs the departing family lawyer off the road and kills him while Hush murders his mother. Riley declares that they can finally be together, only to be abandoned by Hush. Classic Hush move. Tommy Elliott is a scumbag, and we'll get into him once we get into the modern age of comics, and he's probably one of the better. I'd say probably him, Mr. Pig, or Professor Pig, and the Batman Who Laughs are probably some of the best additions to Batman since the modern comics have started. And other than that, it's been business as usual in Batman. But when Scarface's hold on the mob begins to crumble, Sabatino decides to cement his own position by wiping out Riley's. After killing his father-in-law, he shoots Riley in the head. She survives and swears revenge on Sabatino. Riley attempts to throw Sabatino over the side of his yacht, but he begins to strangle her with a rope. Scarface quietly says, "Jump, sugar," and Riley sends them both over the side. Riley has not appeared since and has presumed drowned, which is kind of crazy. So it looks like it's orchestrated by the puppet, right? And then you can assume that the puppet just went back to Arnold Wesker. Not a bad deviation from the character. You know, just something else. And you could say what you like about Paul Dini. I know I've said my share today, but he still knows how to write, and he still knows how to land things. On the other hand, we have Gail Simone, and her name is Shauna Belzer, a new ventriloquist, debuted in the pages of Batgirl, part of the New 52 continuity reboot. And we all know how I feel about the New 52.
Every poo-poo is pee-pee time. But not every pee-pee is poo-poo time. Huh? You ever think about that one, Mr. Batman? Huh?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the New 52 was poo-poo and pee-pee time. Now, granted, there are a couple of good issues and a couple of different iterations. That's fine. Everyone can like stuff. Everyone can find things that they liked about it. It wasn't all loom and gloom. I'm just saying, on the whole, it was bad. Shauna Belzer grew up in the shadow of her twin brother Ferdy. I'm hoping that it's supposed to be Freddy, but no, it's Ferdy.
Probably. Oh, okay.
It's Ferdy. I'm curious. Oh, maybe it's short for Ferdinand.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I could see that.
Okay. I'm not going to Google it. I would be like, hey, what's Ferdy short for? Maybe Ferdinand. Who knows? Either way, not a whom their parents treated as the favorite while ignoring her. Other children, meanwhile, idolize Ferdy while bullying her. It is
Ferdinand. It is Ferdinand.
Okay. When Shauna learned that she possessed telekinesis, she found her useful powers to murder her tormentors. So we got Carrie. She would later use her powers to kill Ferdy and make it look like an accident. Afterwards, Shauna became,
as all strong modern women do.
Yes.
She don't need no man.
She don't need no man, but also fratricide and
yeah.
By the way, this has gone down since Cain and Abel. If the only way you can outshine someone is by killing them, then you really haven't outshined them. Okay, ask Tanya Harding. Didn't make her a better figure skater. It just made her somehow a celebrity that would do celebrity boxing 10 years later. I'm not there. I don't make the rules. That's just how this works. So, by the way, bitch, Ferdy still won, Shauna. She would later use the powers to kill Ferdy, make it look like an accident. Afterwards, Shauna becomes a ventriloquist and serial killer using a dummy named after her brother. All right.
So at that point, Scarface is gone.
Yeah,
in this new continuity.
Yeah, so it's just it's a completely different character.
Yeah.
So she's controlling the puppets. Also, there's no skill involved. Well, there's a supernatural skill. It doesn't take skill. Like at least Albert Wesker or Arnold Wesker took the time. At least Shauna. Or not Shauna. At least Peyton took the time to learn how to operate a dummy. If you could just, operate the dummy with your mind powers, well, you're not that skilled of a ventriloquist. You should have just went by like, I don't know, like Toy Lass or I was gonna say Toy Master, but that's already a character's name. But it's something like that. You're not using actual ventriloquism. Doll Queen would be, you're not using the power of ventriloquism. You're just using your mind to like operate these things. So Shauna is one of 6 individuals who were kidnapped by a man identifying himself as the Mockingbird, and is sealed inside a container underwater. Besides Shauna, the others, Catman, Big Shot, Black Alice, Strix, and Porcelain. Obviously, these are other like C tier, D tier villains.
Mm-hmm.
Black Alice is, I was gonna say that's one of the
95.
Yeah, 95.
2005. Yeah, 2005. Sorry.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say that's kind of when they expanded the they really started expanding the
Birds of Prey.
Not even Birds of Prey, but what is the Shazam lore?
Okay, yeah.
Which they always had like this Shazam family. That's something that, but it looks here. It doesn't even. Okay, she uses her magical powers to prey on drug dealers in the hometown of Dayton, Ohio. And if there's a city that needs it, it's Dayton, Ohio. Because.
But out of all of I'm sure there's other worse towns than Dayton, Ohio.
No.
Have you not been to Seattle lately?
Okay.
The meth zombies are everywhere.
I'm from Detroit. And not only is Dayton, Ohio dangerous, it's also really boring because there's nothing besides the major cities. There's really not a lot of cool shit in Ohio. I mean, they got like what? Cedar Point.
Oh, you're talking about Ohio in general. Yeah, but Cedar Point is just is still yeah. It's on its own little peninsula. We're not going to fully call Cedar Point part of Ohio, are we?
No, it's a poor representation of Ohio.
Yes, it is.
But you know, it's a great representation is Cyrax, also from Dayton, Ohio. Local meme cow and all around retarded person, Cyrax. But that was worth me losing my place. That guy's a monster. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Cleveland. Yeah, well, I said, besides the major cities, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's in Cleveland. And even then, it's starting to go downhill.
Yeah, the moment they got away from rock and roll.
Yeah. Start a hip-hop Hall of Fame. Start a country music Hall of Fame. Lady Gaga's meat suit should not be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's nothing rock and roll about Lady Gaga. Besides she named herself after Radio Gaga.
Radio Gaga, yeah.
You know, but I digress. This is not Rock and Roll Cast. This is CaveCast.
When's that starting up? When are you doing that one?
I should do that, actually. Lou, salute you, sir. I'm going to be on his channel in a couple weeks. Looking forward to hanging out with my buddy. Okay, so she's introduced, strict. After escaping, the group becomes the new Secret Six, which is terrible. The Secret Six is usually like a collection of villains that they're not, they're not like the best villains, but there should be. Oh, Gail Simone, Secret Six. Which, I mean, it's basically a play off the Sinister Six, but the reason that the Sinister Six was scary for Spider-Man is because the Sinister Six was heavy hitters. Okay? It was the green, it was like the Sandman, the Scorpion, Electro, like all of these, Kraven the Hunter, all of the Venom sometimes is on the team. It was like they're all guys who could kill Spider-Man on their own. And they team up. That's why if you ever played Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man PS4 game, like that last boss battle is great because they're just kicking the shit out of Spider-Man. Okay, it's almost to a point, even though Spider-Man's gonna live, you're like, oh my God, like, is Spider-Man gonna make it through this? Not like, at the end of every Batman 1966 episode, like, is this the end of the Cape Crusader? And they're like, oh man, no, they're gonna beat the shit out of him until he dies. Also, Jacob Ironside, good friend, meme master, love him to pieces. Actually, Jake made all my art for my channel, and he gave me the 3-peat trident that you all know and love. Truly friend of the channel. And he let me wait 6 months to pay him. But let's not that I'm a cheap ass. I just moved into my house when we were talking. Let's see. Mockingbird is revealed to be the Riddler, who believes that one of the Six stole the priceless diamond from him, but he does not know who, which is kind of goes against the Riddler. The Riddler knows everything. The Riddler is smarter than Batman, but his foil is he'll never believe it. And he needs to prove it to Batman. The thief is revealed to be Ferdy, whose persona is so separate from Shauna's that she did not even realize that her doll was the thief, because heaven forbid a woman take responsibility for her actions. Gail Simone, you're a fucking treasure, dear. It's like, well, it's not really her fault. It was that Pathan. She didn't even know that she stole the diamond. Okie dokie. So yeah, we have that. Where are we at? Okay, we're just over an hour. We have this is how probably everybody remembers the ventriloquist. We don't really need to get into other iterations because he's a guy with a puppet, and that's what he should have been. That's what he should have stayed. Mm-hmm. And it shouldn't have been some lady with like telekinesis and.
No, the new 52 really screwed up a lot of things. Just we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Yep, that's all right. Let's we have a list here. I'll let you pick. If it's too big of a character, I'll shoot you down. But we have time to cover another character.
Noctura.
Where was that?
Up above Magpie.
Oh, Nocturna. All right. Let's see. I don't know anything about this character.
Yeah.
Tick, 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 boom, dynamite.
And then you had the crazy quilt for all those knitters out there.
Yeah. And is a Crazy Quilt is a pretty different character. As I'm not shocked, Nocturna doesn't really have. Oh, okay. DC Comics. DC Comics super villainous. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Blind guess. When do you think she came out?
98.
83.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's been around for a while.
All right. So decent pick. All right.
Yeah.
So created by Doug Monch and Gene Colan. Storyline involving her began in Detective Comics 592, August of 1983. And I'm gonna start introducing them like when they're published. I'm gonna start saying it like Casey Kasem. Came out in the summer of August 1983. I'm Casey Kasem. Let's see. The pre-crisis incarnation first appeared in the first season of Batwoman.
Of course.
Ooh. But all right, it's a lady. So teleportation pheromone generation. So I'm guessing she's a seductress. But uno momento. All right. Let's see here. Natalia Knight, which, by the way, the last name Knight is used so much in comics. Either way, just thought, as a homeless woman who was adopted by Charles, or as a homeless child who was adopted by Charles Knight, while working in Gotham City Observatory, she is struck by a radioactive laser, giving her pale skin and a sensitivity to light. After Charles Knight was murdered, she discovered that her lifestyle was funded by her lifestyle was funded by criminal activity. That was then when she met Charles's son Anton Knight, who fell in love with her. Weird. They both decided...
Well, I mean, one was just she's just adopted.
And then she got stuck in the washing machine, and she was like, "Stepbrother, no." They both decided to keep the inheritance and took it upon themselves to keep them in their accustomed lifestyle through burglary, since Natalia needed expensive medical equipment to treat her condition. After several clashes, go ahead.
I was going to say, clearly they don't live in Canada, because they would have recommended maids at that point.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, that sounds terrible. Step into this booth right here.
Yeah.
Yep. Keep your arms and legs inside the ride the whole time. Bye. After several clashes with Batman, Anton was captured and sent to prison. Nocturna remained free and continued her life of crime along with the new ally Nightshade. Let's see. Oh boy. Let's see the year.
Coming in at 1966.
Yeah. From September of 1966, she was a villain of Captain Atom. And let's see if you remember this little did she did with Davy Jones. I'm Casey Kasem. All right.
Hey, you want to know what? Her version of Mr. Postman was great. I mean,
Yes.
It was top notch.
Yes. And a munch colon. Teleportation pheromones. So she teleports to her bedroom. Yeah, I would hope so. They don't really. That's kind of the end. So she's with Nightshade and Nocturna and Nightshade. I mean, I get it. But also, yeah, actually, I'm still a little bit more curious about Nightshade here. Okay, so she's been in Suicide Squad, as most of these like shit characters. She's part of the Justice League. All right, powers: shadow manipulation, shadow absorption, shadow teleportation, shadow homunculi, shadow transformation, superhuman strength, superhuman durability. What the fuck is going on with me today?
I don't know. Durability.
Might be having a stroke, guys. Intangibility, phasing, which is kind of the same thing, flight, and basic combat skills. So she's kind of OP.
Yeah.
Unless you're in a very bright room, and then not really. But once the scheme had run its course, Nocturna calls it a quits. During this time, she became an intimate friend of Batman. Okay. So, yeah, that explains the Justice League thing. She was probably part of Justice League International. Post-Crisis. Post-Crisis on Infinite Earths. Continuity introduced... Wait a second. Okay, 83. For some reason, I thought it was 88, and I was like, 88 is post-Crisis. But no, 83 is very much pre-Crisis. So post-Crisis, the continuity introduced a new incarnation of Nocturna. This version, Natalie Metternich, also a former astronomer who secretes pheromones that cause those around her to become emotional and lose their inhibitions. So she's like
alcohol.
Yeah, or like red kryptonite.
Yeah.
Metternich, or well, actually, no. That's they do that normally on television for red kryptonite, but red kryptonite has various effects on Superman. It just kind of depends on who is writing him at the time. Sometimes it would turn him into a giant monster. Sometimes doesn't matter. She was an aspiring scientist, but retired after developing superpowers, which caused her to lose her own inhibitions and pursue her interests. Robin and Spoiler convince her to visit Star Labs and to have her powers examined. The New 52. In September 2011, 10 years after September 11th, the New 52 rebooted DC's continuity. Nocturne is reintroduced as Natalie Mitternacht. What's the difference between Metternich and Mitternacht? Later in Forever Evil storyline, she was an inmate in Arkham Asylum. Later in the Forever Evil storyline, Nocturna is among the villains recruited by the Crime Syndicate of America and to join the secret society of supervillains and the Infinite Frontier. In an alternate universe, Natalia Metternich appears as a member of the Suicide Squad. Nocturna was considered to appear in Batman the Animated Series in the New Batman Adventures, but was dropped after the network censors objected to the idea of vampires. Did it say anywhere that she was a vampire? I get that she had pale skin and sensitivity to light, but doesn't really... It doesn't fucking mention that she's a vampire at all. Okay, the Natalia Knight incarnation appears in the Batwoman episode Drink Me. After her adoptive father dies from a heart attack, Nalia is forced to obtain blood transfusion on her own, leading to her to assume a vampiric persona, receiving Fane-like dental implants. Did any of the shit that I just read imply that she was a vampire at all?
Nope. Except for maybe the sensitivity to light, but that's
it.
That's it.
Okay, so now we're going on a deeper dive. DC. Oh, just DC Comics. Okay, hold on. So here it kind of looks like you're gonna be like, it's gonna do that. Hold on. It kind of looks like she might have fangs here. How do you hit?
No,
zoom?
I'm not seeing fangs, but I'm seeing more claw-like appendages on her hands. More claw-like.
Okay. Nocturna Knight, a.k.a. Nocturna, was a jewel thief who briefly adopted Jason Todd and discovered Batman's secret identity as Bruce Wayne. What made her remarkable is she suffered a rare light sensitivity, a disease that gave her skin a bleached white. Later, the second Nocturna would turn up in Gotham under the new name, Natalia, whatever, Mitternacht. It's currently unknown how the two are connected. Again, doesn't say anything about blood transfusions.
No. Or because, okay, so early in the description, and I think this is why they did this. Early in the descriptions, when her adopted father dies, her adoptive brother and her go into crime to sustain their way of life, and also to pay for her medical needs. It doesn't go any further on what those specific medical needs are, so the idiot writers did it. Because it doesn't sound like they ever really truly elaborated on what specifically her treatments were. Well, then they could be blood transfusions.
Yeah, but it also...
It's a stretch. I will admit that's a stretch.
No, it's a stretch, but... Let's see. Yeah, I agree with Bush. Pale skin and sensitivity to light means she's Irish. They're racist. So
yeah. They're essentially saying the Irish are just vampires.
Okay, so they're talking about the partnership with Nightshade. Maybe it's like the newer iteration. So apparently she wanted to adopt Jason Todd, which I'm hoping is pre-crisis Jason Todd. Also, we said Jason Todd.
Dead puppies. Dead puppies. Dead puppies aren't much fun.
Got to look about Nocturna. It looks like the vampire stuff started in the New 52. Okay. I mean, I would assume because the New 52 would always take like the lowest common denominator shit. Man, I cannot talk today. Lowest common denominator bullshit. But the thing is, they didn't want to put her on the Batman series or the new Batman adventures, which is like from 92 to 98. The New 52 was in 2011. So from 92 to 98, they didn't want to have her on because they didn't want vampires. From what I'm reading here, there's nothing vampiric about her other than I'm assuming, you know, she's nocturnal because of her sensitivity to light.
Right. Yeah, that's also just a genetic disorder that people do have as well, where they cannot be in the sunlight.
Yeah. I mean, that's just albinos and and white people.
And redheads that are soulless that are daywalkers.
Yeah, and look, it doesn't even say. So it's like teleportation. She's able to teleport between short distances. So she's basically Nightcrawler.
And can only use the power at night.
Okay, pheromone control. She used a narcotic perfume on herself, which rendered the males around her spellbound to her charms, and also kept her in a constant state of romanticism. Abilities: hand-to-hand combat, astronomy. And then weaknesses: vulnerable to light.
Well, she's clearly not a modern woman because she would have also have been astrology.
Yes. So, oh my God, you tried to punch me? You're a Virgo. Do you ever see that video of that guy where he's asking women their zodiac sign, and then he would just go, no, can't do it. And then when he just like walk whatever their sign was, she's like, oh, well, I'm a Pisces. Like, I'm not doing that again. It's fucking hilarious because all the women just go, well, he must have dealt with it before. Like they just accept it. It's fucking hilarious. Okay, so we got a little bit off topic, but I'm shocked. Let's go back. Back again.
Wait, what? Yeah. Noctura, granddaughter of Dracula.
Wait, what? Where?
Go back. Right.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Oh, that's okay.
1979 disc.
A disco film. Okay, so it's not okay. Sorry, that just caught my eye briefly.
I'm saving that for different reasons. Stupenzo. I'm coming for you, buddy. We're always looking for dumb shit to watch. Where did my phone go? All right. Yeah, so that one's dumb. I think we have time for one more. But it's got to be a we're at the hour and a half mark. We could do I love how they have Ra's al Ghul. Oh, should probably share this. They have Ra's al Ghul and Talia al Ghul, and then they have Ubu. Ubu is the servant of Ra's al Ghul. He's just the big guy.
Ubu, sit. Good dog.
Ooh, I didn't even think of that. Dr. Ebenezer Dark. And that's another thing, too. Man-Bat, Kirk Langstrom, and She-Bat. And then they have Francine Langstrom. That's She-Bat. I'm assuming Anthony Lupus is a werewolf. Actually, let's just check and see if I'm right. Looking it up. Wow. Okay. Created by Len Wein. Or Len Wein, however, I always say Len Wein. Dennis O'Neil and Neil Adams. Let's look it up. Oh, I was right immediately. Shit. Was a former Olympic decathlon champion. He suffered some severe headaches. As a matter of fact, they do this in Batman the Animated Series, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, yeah, of course, Professor Milo. Professor Milo ended up being a real dick. He shows up quite a bit.
With a haircut like that, he better keep showing up.
He was like, "Yeah, you moron," and then he poked Shemp in the eyes, and appearances of Anthony Lupus. Yeah, no, so he's I can't remember what episode. It's the werewolf episode of Batman. Obviously, I was Batman, Moon of the Wolf. There you go. Voiced by Harry Hamlin as the human and Frank Welker as the werewolf. Just for fun skis. Frank Welker is did a ton of voice acting. Did the Scooby-Doo franchise. Known as voicing Garfield from Garfield but yeah, okay. So that was kind of a one-trick pony there. Okay, I guess we can do someone else. Let's try Enforcer, Daniel Kingdom. He's right there. Prime for the pickings. Okay, 1974. We might have some good creators. Archie Goodwin, Walter Simonson. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Still doesn't have his own Wikipedia page, but we got a fandom page, which is also not as good. But okay, that's an odd design. Daniel Kingdom was a friend of Batman who turned evil after joining the Council and adopted a costume and identity of the Enforcer. Look at this fucking history.
Oh man, this is gonna take like hours.
Guys, I apologize. I didn't realize that we had... he's not a green werewolf. That was just Bronze Age coloring sometimes, man. That's just... They had a budget, and green is always really easy. That's why the Hulk went from gray to green. Yeah, bad lighting. But that's why the Hulk went from gray to green. That's why you'll find that a lot of villains in general, their color schemes are like purple and green. They're just really easy to print. His new alignment caused him to clash against Batman and Manhunter. Am I thinking of the same character? No, I was not. Look at that wild. Come on, what year? What year? No, I don't want his history. I want his
first appearance, 1942.
Damn. Yeah, I was gonna say that is. He even has like a Ruger.
Yeah.
He was eventually defeated by Batman in the same confrontation in which Manhunter sacrificed himself to destroy the console. Special abilities, martial arts. Okay, moving back.
Wow, martial arts back in the 40s?
He learned some bad juju from a Chinaman. Let's see. Thanatos, which I know is the god of, what is it? The god of anger, where they got Thanos, but who's Thanatos DC? Now that's a question. That's a question. Oh, he's the god of death. Okay, yeah, no, he's just yeah, no, it's the same thing. God of death, god of anger. I'm assuming he's a Wonder Woman villain. There should be a little bit more than that. Yeah, godly physiology, flight, immortality, pyrokinesis. That should be more of a Wonder Woman thing. Let's go back. All right, we're covering just so many. Okay, let's try Snowman. Snowman, paste, DC. Well, okay, this one actually has a Wikipedia page. We're going to share screen. Maybe this will be enough to take us out. I'm shocked that we went through like 3 characters and we're only 10 minutes in. A supervillain going all the way back to 1981. Okay, look at that. All right, that's sweet. Not sharing the screen. That's good.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Snowman Batman. Okay, that's the Snowman.
Oh, Jerry Conway, Roy Thomas, and Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. Say that 5 times fast. Jose Luis Garcia Lopez.
That's one.
Oh, okay. You actually want me to do it. Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. 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 I guess it wasn't that hard.
No.
All right. Klaus Kristen is the hybrid son of a male Yeti and a woman named Katrina Kristen. While blending in with the humans, Klaus became a professional athlete. He arrived in Gotham City to commit a crime spree where he froze a criminal named Jackie, and when the corpse was found, his friend was babbling upon Batman's arrival about being attacked by a monster at a party at the Wayne Foundation's penthouse. So, okay. This is when Dick Grayson became Nightwing, and Batman moved out of. This is kind of like what we're seeing in, to a certain extent, in Robert Pattinson's Batman, where he's not living in Wayne Manor anymore. He's living in a he's living in a high-rise apartment in the middle of Gotham, which, like, I don't like. I don't really care. But I never really liked that move. But there was a point in time in the comics where, you know, their rationale was Batman shouldn't live 40 minutes away from Gotham. He should, like, be in the heart of it, right? That way he can get there. It doesn't matter. But so anyway, he basically lived in a penthouse, and that was it. So a party at the Wayne Foundation's penthouse. Bruce Wayne meets Klaus Kristen, becomes suspicious of him. He notices some slush on his shoes. Batman later investigates Klaus's apartment and found the diary of Katrina Kristen. Meanwhile, Snowman is committing a crime spree in Gotham City, where he's stealing valuable jewels. Everybody's fucking stealing jewels in Gotham. After Bruce Wayne and Alfred Pennyworth read Katrina's diary, they learn about his birth parents. Batman then follows Klaus Kristen to Austria, where he challenges him to a skiing contest in the mountains. This right here. Hold on, give me 1 second. I think I'm going to sneeze again.
Yeah, you're causing me to sneeze over here. Luckily, I have a sneeze button nearby. But sometimes when I hit that sneeze button, I completely forget to reselect it.
Oh my God, it was like 5 in a row. All right.
I hate the spring. This is the only thing I hate about spring is I sneeze a lot more.
Oh yeah. Okay. This is side note. This is something that I hate about like what like the Dark Knight Returns and like did to Batman, where like it's always super serious. I have this calling when you look at the origins of Batman, like he was like a bored socialite, and there's like this adventure aspect, kind of like an Indiana Jones, or you know. So what happens, right? Like he's not in Gotham. He follows him to Austria, and then he challenges him to a skiing contest, where it was just like, okay, like there's a fun aspect that is no longer there, because like he's got to constantly be like, my parents are dead. And it was like, no, like he's also like a human at like peak physical condition where, so he's challenging a guy who's like part snow monster. Is like, all right, you think you can fucking ski better than me? Dude, have you seen my workout regimen? I wear a t-shirt and my abs stick through it. All right? All I do is tuck that shit in. You can see my abs through my t-shirt. Yeah, motherfucker, I'm down to ski. Let's see who can ski better. You think you can ski better than BW? I don't think so, motherfucker. I'm Bruce Wayne. Like I like that aspect. Or it was just like, oh, even though it's like a very like 1980s like contrived movie plot line where it's like everything will be resolved if you just win the ski competition. But so with his ski equipment, Batman engages the Snowman until their fight takes them to an abyss. Using a marker flare, Batman temporarily blinds the Snowman, causing him to fall into the abyss. See, that's sweet. All during a ski competition. Sometime later, Batman hears the Snowman was sighted in the Himalayas. He puts on his Batman guise so that he can investigate and apprehend the Snowman. Arriving to the Himalayas, Batman enlists a guide to help take him up the mountain. When they find Snowman, Batman engages the Snowman. They battle until they fall into the river. The Snowman saves Batman before running off. Resuming their trek up the mountain, Batman and the guide find a Yeti, but they escape from it unharmed. When Batman catches up to the Snowman, the Yeti returns and it is discovered that the Yeti is the Snowman's father, and that the Snowman's dying from his half-human, half-Yeti condition. Batman allows the Snowman and his father to go up the mountain so the Snowman can have his final moments of his life with his father. Womp womp. This has a Wikipedia page, but like some of these other characters didn't. Okay. The Snowman has control over ice and snow. He also has super strength and expert athletic abilities.
He's great at downhill skiing.
Yes. Also, like he's from like Austria, so I'm imagining him. It's like, you think that you can?
Well, of course, alter ego Klaus.
Yeah, I know. Klaus Christa.
Klaus. Yeti human hybrid.
And then he was killed by John McClane and left in an elevator. And then.
And now I have a machine gun now. Oh,
I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. Is it sacrilege to watch Die Hard in the middle of
Hey, you want to know what? Anytime you're feeling like you need a Christmas classic, you can watch it any time of the year.
It's funny when I'm usually like, because like I'll go through and I'll like breeze through, like, the other day I told you I was like watching ER, or every now and then I'll revisit shows like Frasier and stuff. I always skip the Christmas episodes if it's not Christmas. Also, Drunken Poet, what's up? Dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's issues where, like, I'm sure Batman had to, like, fucking, like, looks-max the shit out of his opponent and disco dance better than everybody else, and he fucking does. Because you can tell by the way he uses his walk that he's a woman's man, and he doesn't have time to talk. This is my lava hands. This is lava Franz. We are going to pump you up. All right, so half human, half Yeti. Apparently, it doesn't work out. DC canon, apparently. The Blue Snowman. So, like, oh, shit. So he's just Mr. Freeze, but he's got the... I hope he gets dressed up in that suit every single time, and then like the last thing he does is like put on his little hat and he goes, "Happy birthday."
That illustration's from 2002. Yeah, because he does look like a Reddit moderator. That hat. Yeah, he's on Reddit.
Yeah, he's like, "Fear not, my lady." I'm at a loss for words for this one. The fact to have like a bitchin' character design like this, which we very much know.
Well, like look at the hat and the fact that it's almost like the top part is almost like a dress coat.
It's
with
not
buttons.
just the fucking hat. Yeah, I was gonna say it's the buttons.
Yeah, it's the buttons.
I hope every time he gets defeated, they have that guy from the movie just sing really melancholy, like Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul, and he said goodbye, saying, "Don't you cry."
When did this become a Christmas episode? Anyway,
1946.
Wow. All right.
Now I have to see Blue Snowman DC original appearance. Because he didn't look fucking cool like that when he first. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, two things. One, they even give him like a corncob pipe. But two, this is the type of shit.
A looks a little bit more like a mix between Wimpy from Popeye, Wimpy from Popeye, and the Michelin Man.
Surrender, Wonder Woman, before you freeze to death. My snow ray is lowering the temperature by every second.
You know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this is definitely like an issue where like Wonder Woman got like bound. So I don't know if you guys know this. We've talked about this a couple of times on the show. So the guy who invented Wonder Woman, interesting guy. He created the lie detector test, but he also had a
binding fish.
Yeah, he had a binding fetish. So in every single issue that he wrote, Wonder Woman was always like bound up, but also like Wonder Woman has the lasso of truth. So when she binds you, you have to tell the truth. So the guy liked two things. He liked women bound up where their tits are hanging out, and he liked the truth. I mean, oh yeah, there you go. There you go, right there. She's hold on. Yeah, there she is, bound up with the rope in her mouth. Untie the magic lasso binding my arms. I'm compelled to obey. Did I just kill Emerald?
No.
Did you see what I just posted? You tell me this guy doesn't have two very, very compelling fetishes.
Oh no, it is. Yeah, it's very, very clear.
Just read it out loud.
Untie the where
Yeah, just the cartoon.
Okay, untie the magic lasso binding my arms. I'm compelled to obey. So it's a binding fetish and a dominatrix.
Yeah, he's into that shit. Okay.
Yeah.
But also, this does not look like this.
No. Not at all.
Oh God, does it kind of make it worse that it's in Sensation Comics?
Well, no. Well, that's just where she. Well, I'll leave it there.
Yeah. And I came.
My
And
hands.
yeah, well, too late. They were down for a long time. All right. So there you have it, folks. That's dead Albert Wesker or Arnold Wesker right there. We have a lot of characters to go through in the Bronze Age, and as you can see, that we just blew through like 4 of them. Not including the 3 from the Ventriloquist. A lot of them can be bullshit. Wait, hold on. What am I reading? Yeah, well, because their powers weren't the same, right? Like, she was just kind of athletic. She wasn't like she wasn't always like a demigod. All right, she was just like, at times she was just like a woman like who was like made of clay, and they like breathed life into the clay. Which is it. If we want to get into like convoluted backstories, we can always go to like Hawkman. Is he an alien from another planet, or
like reincarnated individual that just keeps coming back over and over and over again?
Yeah, and you know the sad part is like DC can't make up their minds because Thanagar is still a planet. So like when you see this is like almost literally how many incarnations of Hawkman there are, because like they just haven't, even though it's a great hero design, they've yet to make this character fucking have like sticking power. Either way, we're finishing up. We're gonna go yes. He is. I think that's going to do it on that note. Yes. No. But that's what we got. So let's go back to this humdinger of a list. Who the all right. I know we're going a little long, but I have to know who Cosmo Duggar is. So Skull Duggar, 1977. Cosmo Duggar. All right, so we'll save him. He looks like he's gonna. Oh wait, never mind. Cosmo Duggar, also known as Skull Duggar for his high intellect. You know, because when I think someone who's really smart, I just call him Skull. He's eventually diagnosed with don't want to look it up there. What is this? With anhedonia. A diverse array of defects in hedonic function. They include motivation, the ability to experience pleasure. So he's like a psycho? Wow, dude. Your kitten purring. It sounds like a jackhammer.
Yeah.
That is dope. Oh, well, definition. Reduce experience. Okay, so the dude's like a gooner. He's got to draw that shit out. I'm not liking all the. It's making me uncomfortable. All right. Duggar eventually, as a psychological condition, robbed him of the ability to experience joy. Duggar eventually developed a couple of machines in order to steal other people's feelings of joy to experience it in his body. Unfortunately, the machine designed to steal other people's joy also murdered the victims. After a series of murders, Duggar was tracked. Oh yeah, look at him! Look at him! Oh shit! Look at him! Look at him! Just yeah.
Experience joy. Drunken poet. Kenzo.
Let's call him Dempsey. Dempsey. All right, so we got that. So let's look at this handy dandy list here and try to figure out who we're gonna. Well, Killer Croc, we got that. Yeah, we'll probably do Black Mask next week. That'll be a good one. And then
KG Beast.
KG like I said, KG Beast is not gonna be around. It's gonna be like one of those many characters that we just covered today. So
right, that's what I'm saying. You start with one, and then we'll end with KG Beast.
Yes. Although, I mean, I'm sure he showed up during the Cold War. It's not a stretch here. I'm guessing he probably came out during like the 1950s, 1960s. Because that's just too good of a name to be like a modern comics invention. So I'm sure we'll find that out. And then
oh really? Oh no. When do you think his first appearance is? Throw it out there.
I'm gonna go with like 72.
88.
Wow. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it.
And he's a master chess player.
Well, I mean.
No, it's not that. When we cover him, KG Beast versus Icebane.
I mean, sure, there's a lot of things about him. I mean, in modern day, they probably put him in like an Adidas tracksuit. Let's see what else. Ooh, there's King Snake. The one that really blows my mind is Barbados. Which I can see means nothing. Barbados is the pretty much the perpetuator of like the 2016 Dark Knight, might be 2018 Dark Knight's Metal, I know that he shows up in the comics before then. It's kind of like in Blackest Night, where Necron started out as like a B villain, or actually like a D villain, and then he became something way more. I think Barbados gets the same treatment, but I also think they buried it. Because I know that he's shown up in comics before that, but I cannot find a Wikipedia page on him or nothing. And so I might have to do a deep dive into that. Either way, what do you got going on today? I know that you have some awesome shit going on today.
Yes, if you share my screen or share my file that I put up. So coming up tonight at 7 p.m. PST on my channel, we are going to be continuing with the new show, Censor Logs Podcast. We'll be watching episodes 1 and 2 of the first season. The first one is The Man Trap, and then episode 2 is Charlie X.
Hold on. Actually, Jacob, maybe.
Oh, it is.
I hope not, but maybe, probably. Also, we should. Also, I need to get you in touch with Jacob because he'd be great for this.
Yep, I'm gonna have kind of an open call for anyone that wants to join in. We are filling up to 5 slots, not going any past that. I have my 2 co-hosts of Jerry and Tiny. But then we have spots for anyone that either has seen the show before or hasn't ever seen an episode before. And I will try to get a few more posted up so that people know exactly when these are coming out. It is a Rumble exclusive show because we watch the entire episodes and comment. And then I will be cutting it down and then uploading to YouTube. Then on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. PST on my channel is Nerds Covering the News, which I will be without a co-host this Tuesday because Tiny is not going to be able to make it. And
I'll be able to fill in.
Okay. Then my stand-in co-host will be then Sammy 3-Pete. Joining us this evening for Censor Logs Podcast will be Sammy as well.
Maybe.
Maybe?
If I get home in time.
Yes. Let's see. And then on Thursdays at 6 p.m. PST on my channel is also All the Good Titles Were Taken. Now, I am working on another watch-along show, which was going to be on Wednesdays. Might start it, if not next week, the following week with Tiny. She's never seen the rebooted Battlestar Galactica, and so we are going to watch that series.
Nice. Also, yeah, just follow Emerald. He's always got shit going on, and our aspect of the internet here is quite family oriented. You know, like if you like us, you're gonna see a lot of the same people that you like. Mm-hmm. Tiny being one of them. I myself, for those of you in the Detroit area, my band Staggerly is playing at the Outer Limits tonight. I should probably learn the other bands on the ticket because I'm sure I'm going to have to say it into the microphone and, you know, be like, give it up for them. Woo. But
yes,
that's what...
Rick brings up a really good point. Yeah, Katie Sackhoff, who plays Starbuck, is doing a watch along as well right now of Battlestar Galactica. She's watching it for the first time because even though she was an actress on the show, she never actually watched it.
You know, it's surprising how many like actors do that where they don't watch it till like late after the fact, but I respect it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's how other than watching it like being like a football player, like game film, you know, going like, oh, I could have did that better. Like
You get too much in your head as an actor. It probably is best not to watch it, because then you'll see your performance get too much in your head and then screw up what acting ability you have. So maybe it is good that actors don't watch it until maybe the series is completely done.
Like, I'm pretty sure Will Wheaton watched every fucking episode that he was in. Like,
that's why, because that's why he became more and more insufferable.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, interesting fact.
Enemy of the channel, Will Wheaton.
Yes. Interesting fact. Will Wheaton is now the same age as Patrick Stewart was when he took on the role as Picard.
Oh, really?
Yep.
How old is that?
Oh, crap.
I wasn't trying
You're
to
making me look. You're making me actually look this up. That's okay. 53.
All right. God damn. Patrick Stewart looked like that when he was 53.
Yeah, drunken poet got it in the chat.
Attaboy. All right. Well, yeah, so that's what I got going on. And then tomorrow for me, I have the news. The news, guys, is going to be it's not going to be a weekly show anymore. I'm going to make that like a once a month. Just it's too hard to do it every Sunday, but God, I miss doing it. But the only way I can bring it back is if I can secure it will be a monthly thing. So I am looking forward to having an episode of the news tomorrow. And all my friends are welcome, and I won't be able to advertise it. So please, log on, tune in, and then spread it out on Twitter. Because I know for a fact that even today, I have my normal guys who watch the show, but also there's about like 40 people missing because they can't see that I'm broadcasting on Twitter. So that also is a good thing to remind me to be a good boy on Twitter, but I have no guarantees. And I'm also kind of curious to see how far I can push it as someone who pays for Twitter Premium to see what I actually have to do to get kicked off. But we've come full circle.
Hey, he came back.
Yeah, but also Jake, like DM me. You would be a perfect person for the show. So I know I don't know what your schedule looks like, but I definitely need to get you in touch with Emerald here because you would be a great fit.
Yeah, go check out my my Rumble page. You can see the very first episode, because the very first one we did the first original pilot. But
no
the
Shatner.
Second no Shatner. The second pilot actually did not air until episode 4. So it's off just so when in the airing of the show, it feels a little off because you go 3 episodes with the colorful uniforms and everything, and the characters seem a little more comfortable with the roles, and then all of a sudden episode 4, it's the second pilot.
Yeah.
And they're in the wrong uniforms. Spock is still not exactly fully sussed out a little bit, and kind of not as we know him to become.
And then I was gonna say, even on Next Generation, like in the pilot, they had the audacity to put a toupee on Patrick Stewart's head.
No, they didn't. In pilot, the Encounter at Farpoint, he did not.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was
he auditioned.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, no, he auditioned first with a toupee because they saw the headshot of him, and Roddenberry said, "No, people in the future would not be bald. We would have figured that out. Man would have figured it out," and so he wasn't going to do it. He came in, wore the toupee, didn't like it, and then came back in and then reread without the toupee and got it.
It was like, and if we're tracking what the future looked like from like pharmaceutical companies, he would be a guy with a full head of hair with just like a totally erect cock. Like
yes. And then that onesie spacesuit would not, I mean, just the amount of sexual harassment cases that would be on the Enterprise D would just be out of control. It's not my fault. It's the pharmaceuticals.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you see this. This is definitely how the CaveCast thumbnails are going to look moving forward because I love this font. It fits perfectly. Only took me 33 episodes to get it figured out, but we got it figured out. And I don't know, guys. I like you. I love you. I want some more of you. We'll see you next week. We're going to talk about Black Mask. And if that's not all, we'll probably talk about someone like Maxie Zeus or Lockup, who I believe... Actually, we might save Lockup because I think that's also a Chuck Dixon thing. So I'm gonna try to keep all the Chuck Dixon stuff for the Chuck Dixon episode. But keep in mind, Chuck, he's coming. Discord food porn. All right. Thanks for that. On that note, let's get.
Come on.
Yes, Batman, clad in the somber costume which has struck terror to the heart of many a swaggering denizen of the underworld.
Bob? Gun.
Holy CinemaScope! Holy miscast Batman! Holy movie mogul! Holy cliffhangers Batman! Holy suborbit Batman! It's raining down there! Big history! Holy catastrophes Batman! Holy bullseye Batman! Holy stereo! Listen to this! Holy armadillos! Holy Krypton! Holy trampoline! Holy fork in the road! Holy Titanic Batman! Holy Houdini! Holy funny bone to jar! Holy chutzpah! Holy precision! Come on, tomorrow!